Yo, GM, how you guys doing? We are back with the $1 Trade Show, and today I'm with Nick once again. What's up, Nick? How you doing, man?
I'm good. It's good to be back. It's always hard to
Yeah.
do the show when I'm in another place. I'm a creature of habit, so it's like like when I'm not in my place, I'm like, all right, you do
No,
this somehow.
I feel it. I feel. But last week, actually, we had some pretty cool guests. So we have Julian
Yeah.
and we had Maxime from from France Crypto, and it was pretty cool. Now we are back with the regular schedule, and guys, it's crazy how many stuff happened since Thursday. So let's get started and go to the point because we have and a shit ton of things to talk about. Let me share my window with you here. Okay, let's start. And today's special. We are going to start and end the show with content from Tulip King. Tulip King.
We're the sandwich and he's the bread.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So he wrote this really long article about this prediction market Supercycle thesis, and it's really well written, and he fundaments him, and he has a lot of points to talk about. Let's go to the beginning to let's check out his conclusions and to see what's going on. So, prediction markets are poorly understood, and that's your opportunity. We are watching the complete restriction of how markets work, how information gets priced, and most importantly, how the future gets made. And this is the point of both Cauchy and Polymarket. You know, we are talking about understanding the future through prediction markets. If you're not paying attention to this, you're going to miss the biggest trading market since options went electronic. So it will highlight also how prediction markets can become a kind of fundamental, a new fundamental for the markets. So we talked about how we have the spot market, options market, and how prediction market can potentially become something else in the future. So let's move forward to his conclusions here because it's really long and I don't want to bother you guys with my reading. So let's go. Conclusion. Here's my prediction. Within 10 years, Polymarket's model will have eaten most of traditional finance, not because only it's a better exchange with lower fees, but because collapsing all markets into a single primitive and rebuilding from there is fundamentally more efficient than maintaining thousands of specialized market structures. Any insight on this, Nick?
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Right? Like it's like I think it might not be practical for it all to be in one place. Um, but I think it makes sense to say it should be all in one place because then it gives one structure and it's more efficient, which blockchains are essentially all about efficiencies, right? But I don't know if it will happen like that. That's why I don't know. I don't know if it's practical. There are people like the thing is about polymarkets, you don't actually own anything when you buy it, right? But if you're trading stocks, you own the stock,
You own the stock, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
There's an underlying asset you're purchasing. There's no underlying asset really in a prediction market that goes past the resolution. There fundamentally there is no underlying asset in prediction markets that goes past the resolution. Whereas if you're holding Tesla stock now and it fucking creams tomorrow, you can hold it for a year and maybe make your money back.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with prediction markets.
Yeah.
Maybe prediction markets become the infrastructure for markets. Like maybe that they would need to evolve quite a bit because right now it's basically binary trading, which like
Yes.
already exists, right? So it's just got a really bad name for the most of it, or binary betting, right? It's got a pretty bad name. Um,
Yeah. And, and,
so
and I think
if it becomes the infrastructure for what we already have, kind of, but Robinhood already tried that, right?
kind of.
They released a blockchain that was for stocks, and then
And then he
the
got a
guys
massive
were like,
drawback
"No, we're
from
going to sue you.
Sam Altman,
We'll use a
remember?
data center's worth of money to bury you." That's
Yeah.
probably $2 billion or something like that.
Yeah, so I don't totally disagree. I just think that specialized market structures, how he highlights here, I mean, they exist because depending on what you're trading, you're a different kind of assets, just like you said. I mean, you might not need
Mm,
to own the asset, you're just trading options on that. It makes sense to have different structure depending on how specialized it is the asset that you're trading. But yeah, so
yeah.
you to follow in here. So the dominoes will fall in this order. DraftKings sports betting is already just prediction markets with worse odds. Yeah, there's a difference that they are house prediction markets are not, but we've been talking about how we agree with this. This traditional sport betting will
Mm.
migrate eventually for prediction markets style. So CBOD centralized. How's I always forget. How's this? How to
I
speak?
can't remember. What is it?
Anyway,
C.
so options are just complicated binary bets on price levels. Yes, exactly what Nick highlighted. It's binary markets. Insurance. We read this article from Aaron here a few weeks ago. Just prediction markets where only one side can trade.
Insurance. It's not actually insurance, though. It's instead of spending your money, insurance
Yes, instead of
using
spending your money
prediction
on
market to
insurance,
hedge.
you can use
There's
prediction
really
markets
there's nothing
as hedge.
stopping you doing that right now.
Yeah, it's not exactly the
You don't
same
need a
here,
prediction
but
market
yeah,
to do that.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not exactly the same, but yeah, there are a lot of things in common here. Credit markets, bankruptcy prediction with X-ray steps. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Anyway, each vertical will resist, regulate, and ultimately capitulate when they realize they are not competing with a better product, they are competing with better physics. What we are really witnessing is the complete restructuring of how markets work. You are now betting on prices or rates or volatility anymore. You are not betting on prices or rates or volatility anymore. You are betting on events, correlations between events, and most important, the probability of being able to change events. The smart money should be positioning for this now, not just buying tokens or trading markets, but thinking about what becomes possible when any observable event can have a liquid market. What happens when every corporate decision has a prediction market, when every piece of legislation has odds, when every cultural trend has a price, when entrepreneurs can raise capital by selling shares in their unlikely success. People already do this with tokens, right? Anyway,
Yeah,
when
that's
anyone,
we've done that. Tokens. Can
yeah,
you
we
zoom in a
know.
bit because I can't fully see?
Sorry, yeah, yeah, we
There
know
we
this with tokens.
go.
Okay. When anyone with conviction about the future can turn that conviction into leverage. We're not just building better markets, we're building a machine that pays people to make the future happen. Okay, I comment on this. So, I mean, we talked about it last week, but depending on the quality of the data, the outcome of the prediction market will be better. So, I mean, we are not actually building the future. I think we are filtering uh, noise from actual sign with prediction markets,
Hmm.
considering we get good information from them. But yeah, he has a good point. So his thesis is prediction market. We are witnessing a super cycle of prediction market, and this is about to happen in the next 10 years. I'm sorry,
Yep.
guys. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this is actually what's going on with prediction markets.
Oh,
I mean,
this fucking guy. How does he have a job? I don't understand.
I think he's kind of I mean, he's a
Is he
comedian right
good
now,
and we just
right?
pick up on the things that he always says that go in verse? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, like he was like crazy bullish on Facebook, telling everybody to buy Facebook, 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 and then Facebook's like, um, it was basically they stockpiled a whole load of cash and then he fucking spent it all, like in a quarter, like fucking all of it on metaverse stuff that never works.
Metaverse stuff,
And he was
integration
like,
on
I can't believe
NFTs.
a company in America would do something like this. Like, fuck,
Yeah, integrating your
this is
NFTs to
that
your
technique.
Instagram account, this kind of stuff. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, metaverse. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, we have to deal with this stuff on prediction markets as well. And of course, it's happening because last week Kaushi announced a partnership with CNBC as well. 1 or 2 days
Am I
before
right in
this
saying
one
Polymarket also announced one with CNBC?
with CNBC. That I
Yeah.
didn't see that
Or was
one.
it MSMB or whatever the other one is?
It was with Yahoo Finance several weeks
No, wait a
ago.
minute. Let me have
And
a look.
yeah, so
Like, I need to
Kaushi.
have a look, but I'm sure I saw another one.
Okay, yeah. So Kaushi announced this one with CNN that we cover on Thursday, And like, on Friday they released this with the CNBC, and Jim Cramer
Right.
is from CNBC, so this it explains a lot of this picture. And there's even a part of an interview with them. I didn't want to give too much focus on Jim Cramer here, but yeah, I did.
Yep.
So
I
Cauchy's
mean,
data
Jim
will
Cramer's fantastic
supercharge
he's a
CNBC.
meme.
Yeah, it is a meme. So the leading business news network integrates the leading prediction market. Cauchy's data will supercharge CNBC's reporting and filter it accurate and market-driven. A new era of media is here. And we talked last week with Julian and Maxime how these traditional media companies are trying to adapt to what's going on. And yeah, the hot cake now is prediction markets are on everyone's mind, and that's
Mhm.
it. They want to embrace
It makes
this.
it makes it hard for these guys like Kramer and stuff like that. He's going to have to start taking his cues from things like prediction markets
Yeah.
because he's wrong a lot, right? And pundits are generally wrong a lot. And when they're wrong, like you might not be wrong immediately, but he's wrong on the long term stuff that he's talking. But like we have no way of going back and saying, "You said this, you should be punished for it." You know, like
Mm-hmm.
he says stuff, people get creamed, and
Yeah.
then Kramer's doesn't. It doesn't matter because he collects his salary, he still does his stock trading or whatever it is. It's like
It-
I like
it-
technically, the Couchy guys are trying to kind of limit the impact of CNBC. That's what it like because I'm not saying it's replacing media, but it should dampen down whatever media says or
mm-hmm.
jack up whatever media says or you know what I mean. So I
Mm-hmm.
think
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean I don't know. Again, it's kind of like governments and Bitcoin. They don't really understand that long term it will probably eat them and they will not exist in the way they are now. But let them manje, eat that spaghetti.
I mean, but yeah, in the end, he's not a trader. So, I mean, if you're trading on his advice,
I'm presuming
yes,
he is a trader. I
something.
think he is a trader. I
I
think he's
mean,
like a Wall Street guy.
when he goes to TV, what my point is, when he goes to TV and talks about stuff, he's not trading. I mean, he's not on a trading room
I
trading
gotta look this up now.
for
I need
investment
to find
firms.
out.
Yeah,
I've never looked into Mr. Kramer.
yeah.
I mean, Kramer was the crazy guy in Seinfeld and everything.
Kramer. Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. It's Kramer. Yeah.
Let me see when it.
Okay. So still about this, there's a reason the biggest names in this is Brandon Beckhart, building prediction markets at Cauchy. So there's a reason the biggest names in news are partnering with Cauchy. Prediction markets are the most accurate mechanism we have for understanding what will happen, not will, what probably will happen. Cauchy is the largest prediction market on the planet. Some in some weeks, yes. Some other weeks, it's poly market. Even opinion, we saw that. So we're building responsibly, regulatory first, safety of the core, world-class infrastructure. We are going to discuss a lot of this in the show today. This has been years in the making. A new era of media is here, and you forgot to highlight it here. Traditional media is dying, so the guys need to evolve. This is why they are embracing everything that they see new as trying to I even
They
did this
can't deal with
analogy.
the huge issue of trust that they lost over the
Yeah,
past 10, 15
yeah,
years.
yeah.
Since the first phrase, since the phrase "fake news" first entered the lexicon, it's been a
Which
downward spiral. Like, everybody
mhm,
seems to be onto it now, and that's it.
that's
So
it.
they need to do something to stop themselves
Yes.
to mitigate their mouths. I think actually to stop them speaking about things when there's other markets that can tell them clearly what the sentiment is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Maybe they can use this to communicate better with their audience and
That's what I
get
think. Yeah,
less.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So moving forward, we also have announcement from Polymarket. So they announced this last month, I believe, but now it's live. So Polymarket's officially live in the MetaMask mobile app, introducing MetaMask prediction markets powered by Polymarket. The future of prediction markets now in your wallet. So we saw this happening between Polymarket and MetaMask. So Cauchy has their own thing going on with Phantom. And last week we saw myriad markets with what's
Trust
it was
wallet.
Trust Wallet. Yeah,
Yeah,
Trust
trust
Wallet.
wallet.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I
Yeah, I
mean,
thought that was pretty cool when they did that. mean,
Yeah,
everybody's got the same playbook right now
yeah, it is. Yeah,
because well,
nobody's
Myriad's a
creating
bit
anything.
different because
People
they
just
seem to be
copy
going
themselves.
more crypto native, right? Well, no, because I think they're kind of copying each other, but also a lot of what they're doing is what you would do. There seems to be no breakout strategy except from raise lots of money, which Polymarket won. Polymarket won the raise lots of money game, as far as I can see.
Yeah, so
Unless
far,
Kalshi
so
goes away,
far.
what they raised? They raised $1 billion, and
Cauchy
Polymarket
raised
raised
it.
2.5,
Yeah, yeah.
or it
But
was
it's
$1 billion and a
huge.
half, and Polymarket raised
No,
like
it,
2.5,
I
and
think
their next
Polymarket
round is
raised.
10 to 12 billion.
So Polymarket raised two billion, I believe, at
Two
12
and a half.
billion valuation, and Cauchy raised 1 billion at 11 billion valuation, or something like that.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking this year. Okay, this year they raised 2.2 billion, roughly 2.3 billion. But they had raised about 100 million before. I mean, I'm rounding my numbers because I think when you're getting
Sure.
into the tens of millions, you can round your numbers a little bit. But I
Yeah,
think
it doesn't
they
matter
did like a
anymore.
4 million round, then like a 70 odd million round. I think that's what it was. Yeah, maybe they raised about 80 million first.
Yeah, yeah.
According to
So
Base, I'm not just making this shit up. That's what.
yeah, it's good. So guys, every time that you bring data, try and share the source, please. So, and this is from Data Dashboards. I mean, we cannot have a show without him, and this is fresh
No.
news. It's from a few hours ago. So yesterday, Polymarket did it over $218 million. That's the fifth highest day in history for them. So this has been their best day volume wise this year. So, dude, we don't have big events like the elections or any big sports stuff happening right now, and they did the fifth best day ever. Half of the day was fueled by sports volume, with 30% being politics and the remaining 20%, around 20%, being crypto and culture markets. Yes, I mean,
So it's
it's
the split's not changing that much though. Like they're
no,
all
no.
kind of,
People
yeah.
are
The
still,
sports is always going to, for people that don't know, like sports is always been the biggest and will probably always be the biggest because it has mass appeal. Anybody
yes,
can
yes,
anybody
yes.
can bet.
Okay, also, but this is freaking interesting. So we have this announcement, the partnership with Polymarket, the guys doing the 50 best day in history for them, but yet Polymarket doesn't make money. We lose money. And this is something that we've been highlighting here over and over about both Cauchy and Polymarket. It's basically the same. I don't know, Cauchy has higher fees. Maybe they have some revenue, but I'm not gonna play this video because we have so much stuff to go through right now. But Shane explains. Okay, let's play this video. It's 40 seconds, right?
Let's go.
Yeah. So basically, what he will explain. What's the point? I mean, it's inexpensive to get market share. Let's go.
Polymarket make money, or does it currently make money?
We don't make money. Yeah, we lose money. You know, when you build something on a blockchain, there were the way that we built it initially, which is still built on a blockchain. There were sort of different norms of how to do it, and you know, we're entering the U.S., and I would expect it to be different. And it's not like we don't like money. It's that when you're creating a new market, you want to try to grow the market as big as possible and have as much market share. From our point of view, the idea that when you look at any poly market, you look at the order book, there is a spread. The same way that on Robinhood, there's no fees, but there's a spread because there's payment for order flow, and that on a sports book, you're not paying a fee, but the price that you're seeing bakes in a spread. So there is a spread on poly market. It's just that the spread is being pocketed by people who are providing.
By the people. How does
People are providing the what?
Providing liquidity, I assume.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, or because it's from the spread that they buy. I don't know. I think I have some wrong shit in my brain because while he was saying that, dude, the only thing that I worry was about this glass of water here. Don't do that. If you're organizing some talk like that, don't put something with a lid. Just put a glass of water, an open glass of water. The guy can get sip of water. You have to, like Nick is doing right now. You don't need to open a lid, or I don't know.
Gives his
Man.
hands something to do.
I don't know. Don't need to do anything with your hands.
Casually open a bottle of
I
water.
have this stuff here.
Like,
I have this
it's
stuff
not a
here.
thing.
So just smash stuff with your hands here. Okay, that's it. I don't know. I have some wrong stuff in my brain that draws my attention to that stuff. But anyway, that's it. Poly market doesn't make money. We know that. Let's see how it goes when they turn on the feed switch. That it will happen eventually. They cannot spend money
What's
forever.
happening as soon as they enter the US, like officially via their own front end? Because right now they're in the US via other people's front ends, but like when they open up sales, it will be interesting. And I think like it's a good inflection point for crypto. Crypto needs to learn from this. Start charging fucking fees. Like running blockchains isn't cheap. Running businesses on top of blockchains isn't cheap. It still requires all the infrastructure of a Web 2 business. Even though it is more efficient to run it from a business point of view, still requires like AWS. It still requires database, and it still requires all these things.
Yeah.
We need to start looking
to be sustainable.
at these businesses, how they make money and how they become sustainable. Not right away though. Yeah, like but a business doesn't need to be revenue generating from day one. Or if it is revenue generating, it doesn't need to be profitable, because that's how it used to be, or how it is still in Web 2. It's just like if you build a business like Amazon, for example, wasn't really profitable for many years. Uber
but it did generate revenue. Yeah.
It did generate revenue, but they spent it all on infrastructure, right? The shareholders got very little value back. And then, but the price kept going up, right? The stock price, so they got their value from the stock price. And then Uber, I think it was last year, they posted profits for the first time ever. And Uber's been around for what, almost 10 years, maybe about 10 years. So yeah, I don't think. People say, no, it's not profitable. Like, I don't think that's an argument for an early stage business at all. I don't think it's a fucking warning sign. It doesn't mean anything. It is, but what crypto significantly lacks is a model for generating revenue. Most startups and cryptos don't have a model for generating crypto and rely exclusively on the token to
survive or to make any kind of money.
To exit.
Or to exit.
Early investors. Like, it's just, and it's not necessarily a good way of being. It's not a good way to think about it.
Yeah. Okay, and it's not only poly market, because also from Dash, Limitless, it's melting faces. How come nobody mentioned that Try Limitless had a 20 million volume daily all-time high out of nowhere? Any idea of what drove that move? So it's a lot. So we can see the spike here in the chart, but damn, poly markets in the same day did almost 11 times more. But anyway, it's a lot. See how much money they were moving, and then in one day, 20 million. Guys, if you know what's going on, Try Limitless is on. Correct if I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't understand why he created a dashboard and didn't explain what he should be. He's creating a dashboard. He should be doing the explanations of what happened.
But that's the thing.
Do you want me to go be a journalist? No, you're the data guy.
Yeah, he's a data guy. He's not a journalist. But anyway, so he can identify the spike. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I didn't track Limitless that closely, but I don't know. Maybe in specific events. I don't know if they had incentives for this, but whatever they did, it worked here. But it's still, it's like.
Wait a minute, what date? That's from August.
But no, this is August, April, August. It was like
started in August, right?
Yeah,
August,
I mean,
September.
most like this spike. They had
kind of vertical. Spikes. That's not even like a hockey stick.
No, it's
that's not a banana. That's crazy. A vertical increase. That's a partnership. That's got to be a partnership. So, like, we're working with somebody. What's the comment saying? Anybody got it?
Yeah, we have a comment from someone here from Limitless, but no, it's literally your job to mention it's our. You run the street. Yeah, exactly what you said. Anyway, yeah, if you're listening to us or watching us, and if you've been following Limitless, you know what happened to justify this. So I know they started another season for their people who are farming their token. I know it has to do with that exactly. But
actually, so wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Wait. They did. Maybe that was to do with the TGA, but they did a crowdfunding essentially on Echo around about that time, and it was 100 million.
So maybe they got
almost 100 million. I don't know if they got to 100 million. They were kind of like, can we get to 100 million? So I don't know.
Yeah, supporting market. Okay, but I mean,
They've improved
dude,
it since last time I
it's
was on Limitless.
yeah,
It's
it's
good. I like Limitless. I think, and I
I
swear
like
I
them.
walked
Yeah.
past one of the guys when we were in Lisbon. Like I think we because we were going to the same party. I swear I saw a Limitless T-shirt on the guy, but I was fucking
Okay.
exhausted from the whole day, so I was just
Yeah,
like, I'm going to zombie in.
that happens
And
a lot.
maybe I
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
saw the sticker on the door button, which
Really?
means even though we were already in a prediction market competitor's office, they might have
Oh,
been
from
in there as well.
this year,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't get that one. And okay, also, okay, so the movement's not happening only on Cauchy and Polymarket, although it's the ones that we highlight the most here because most news comes from them. Jesse from Base was just highlighting here incredible prediction market innovation happening on Base. Try Limitless, Context, so Limitless yet, Bracky HQ, Upshot Cards, Predict Base, True Markets, and of course, he forgot to mention the meme coin prediction market from our friends. But yeah, a lot of things happening on Base as well.
Shout out to Meme Coin Prediction Market because
Shout
I've seen them
out.
chatting to
Yeah, yeah.
in the live chat and X.
So and also CZ. So the top guys from blockchains like Base and BNB, shilling their prediction markets projects. So welcome a new prediction market to BNB chain. When you make a prediction, your funds don't sit idle; they generate yield. So this is good. Disclaimer: founder is ex Binance, incubated, invested by YZ Labs. This tweet is not endorsement, dude. It is. It is endorsement. You say the guy. You say the guy
You're just
used to
saying that
be
so you
from
don't get
Binance.
arrested again.
Yes. So you're the founder of Binance. The guy worked for you. You highlight you can generate yield with your positions there, and you say it's not endorsement. So what the fuck is this, bro? It is endorsement. Of course it is.
Oh,
Shit
is it
can
no?
go
It's not an
wrong, but yeah.
endorsement. It's just a promotional tweet.
Yeah, okay, could
Uh,
be, could be. So if shit goes wrong, this is not endorsement. If you make money from this, thanks me. But yeah, predict fun. Predict fun is a new prediction market on BNB chain. So yeah, very cool. Okay, okay. This was cool. From Carlos Blocks, he's building ARB bets. So basically, what he's highlighting here is that you can now spot arbitrage between prediction markets. So it's pretty cool. So this one got a lot of attention, and I mean that's the thing that some terminals are. I mean, they are promising us, but it seems that Arvbets is working on this as well. So check them out if you are curious about
yeah,
this.
I know quite a few people are working on arbitrage bots. It's going to be a very very thick and competitive market. Really
It will,
really
it
soon.
will, but
Really soon because and I'll explain why. It's low lift. You're not building anything new. You're pulling
you're kind
in.
of
You're basically just
aggregating.
using Web2 tech
Yeah.
APIs to bring in different prices and making people think. So it's a light lift. There's it's not hard. It's not incredibly hard to build. I think the UI is the primary thing.
The
Like
most,
getting the
yeah.
UI right would be hard. But I think there's already established APIs for the two main prediction markets.
And I would
Once you set
say
that up,
assuring that you allow users to execute the orders really fast through your front
yeah,
end. That's the key thing, because as we see more and more people getting into prediction markets, especially professional traders, the arbitrage opportunities are going to dry fast. Remember when people
yeah,
used to do arbitrage with Bitcoin back in the day,
yeah.
between different centralized exchanges, people were actually making money with that. Nowadays that's impossible because everything's automated. So
Well, not the only, but the arbitrages that are happening in crypto right now are ones which are related. You need to have incredible amounts of cash, right? So there's stablecoin arbitrages going on cross chain, right? But you need millions. So there will be arbitrage opportunities. They just won't be available to regular people.
Yeah, that's true, correct. So
Well, they'll be
moving
available, but
moving
resource-wise, they won't be available.
Yeah, so moving forward, we have this article from Polyfactual here with some example attempts on manipulating prediction markets. It's interesting. I'm not gonna go through everything here. So I suggest you guys to check Polyfactual article because it shows actually the attempting of manipulation prediction markets, not nowadays. I mean, old prediction markets, and so it's not something that is happening right now. It has been around since
Hmm.
ever. So if you create any kind of market, people will try and take advantage of that in any ways. This is why
Yeah.
insider trading is a crime, and prediction markets are not kind of protected, totally protected from this.
And
So
I would argue anything where being first or getting first on something tends to be will get manipulated. And then
it can, in
you
theory,
look at search
it
results
can.
in Google and stuff like that. There's loads of
Yeah,
manipulation going on
we're going
there,
to
right?
go to.
Because being number one makes you money. So
Yeah.
getting it right or being in a particular space makes you money. So there's going to be more arbitrage.
Yeah,
Not
we
arbitrage, more manipulation and more
manipulation. Yeah.
scamming. Maybe it's maybe too hard a term, but people are going to try break the system to win.
Yes, of course, to take any kind of advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, in his conclusions, say, okay, I think you get the point after giving multiple examples here. So with these types of markets manipulations, or at least lasting types, require much more than capital. There's way too many people looking to prey on information symmetry at quite literally every time of the day. This is why the argument that prediction markets are reliable tool for forecasting events is rock solid. So what he says is a lot of people are looking into this, so it will be easier to spot any kind of manipulation because the amount of eyeballs. So now does that mean they're perfect vehicles? Definitely not. They come with flaws and limitations, especially in markets with low liquidity and unclear resolution criteria. So I wouldn't say that they didn't clear resolution criteria here. So because we are talking about how the information that is inputted to the market. So I'd say the amount of people trading and the quality of the information that we get would be more important here than actually the liquidity. I mean, we can say that it could be liquidity, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's way more important than the resolution criteria, I
Well,
would say.
I think the resolution, but well, the thing is the resolution criteria can be manipulated using syntax, right?
Yeah, no,
And
you're
that's the issue.
correct.
It's like if you
If
get
that's the
somebody
approach,
who,
this is correct. Yeah, yeah,
if somebody's a domain expert, they can syntax a fuck out of the resolution criteria
yeah. No,
to
you're
the point where
correct.
it's like the
That's true.
suit thing with Zelensky, right? Like that, it
Uh
was a
huh.
fucking suit. Like to the
It
layman,
was.
that was a suit. To maybe a fashion expert, that wasn't a suit. It didn't have this. It didn't like it needs a thing. Like you know, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck you. It was a suit. If I bought that in a
Just a
shop, I call
say.
it a suit. I bet he gets rung up by the till as a suit. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
so. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
domain experts can really fuck with the resolution criteria, or
Yeah,
people who
yeah,
do
yeah.
deep research on the resolution criteria can do it.
No, totally
Um,
makes sense. I'll take a step back and okay, I totally agree. Low liquidity and unclear resolution criteria. Nevertheless, with improvements being made across the board on the current issues, we would approach a fully functional, efficient system for estimating future events way before the due dates. Okay. I mean, so check out this article here from Polyfactual guys, and it brings other examples. But moving to nowadays prediction. Oh fuck! I messed it up. I messed it up, Nick. I changed the
you
order.
mother fucker.
I didn't change the
What was I
order.
supposed to
I
do
actually
here?
I should bring another post now. But anyway, let's talk. We are going to talk a little bit more about market manipulation. But before that, let's see how you can buy a Mercedes CLA 200 with only $2,000. Okay, and guys, this
That's
is
why I pay
way
the
cooler.
insurance on it.
No, you can even pay the
Maybe
insurance.
we get me insurance for 50 quid.
Dude, if you can buy a Mercedes with $2,000, you don't pay insurance. If some shit happens, you just buy another.
You just crash it.
Yeah, you just crash and buy another. Fuck it. I mean,
I
but
just
yeah,
have third
guys,
party
this is
fire and theft, not actual like not to get the car back. Just fuck it. Just if I crash somebody, they get paid. I have to scrap my car.
oh damn! I gotta share with you later that you cannot park there. Video. Have you ever saw that? You can't park there, sir. People crash
Oh
their
no,
cars on the streets, and whoever is driving by, they say, "Hey, you cannot park there." People get really pissed, bro.
of course
People
they
get
do.
really.
You just fucking crashed your car. You need to be
I
an
know.
asshole to do
So
that to somebody.
there is a compilation, like 3 or 4 minutes of people doing that. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, so Greek Gambler is sharing here. So it's a challenge, guys. How he aims to buy a Mercedes CLA 200 with $2,000 that he deposited on Polymarket after publicly completing my $100 to $10,000 challenge a few months ago. Time for a new one. My car broke down today, so it's time for a new car. I made a new account where all the profit and loss will go towards buying a new car. Grind mode on. I will be sharing some of my picks. Dude, this is a cool motivation.
Yeah,
For
I know. He's in the chat.
$35,000.
Shout
This is a
out to
cool
Greek
motivation.
Gambler.
Yeah, bro.
We need to buy cars. Like, how long would it take to get a Ferrari? Because I'll probably crash that in a couple of days. Oh no, Lambos seem to be a big thing around here that get crashed. So
yeah.
let
If
me
you're
be a
in
Lambo, man.
crypto, yeah, I don't know. I think this is way cooler than a Lambo, but what do I know, right?
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not. I don't
Maybe
know.
the Lamborghini maybe the tractor version of a Lamborghini, or that
Ah,
stupid
okay.
Lambo truck that is
The
a fucking
SUV.
daft as shit. Why
The
would I
SUV,
buy
yeah.
an SUV Lambo? Why would I do that? That makes no
'Cause you
sense.
can.
I want a
'cause
Lambo
every-
because I want to go so fast that I'm shitting myself.
No, but anyone can see that you are so rich that you can drive kids to school on a Lamborghini. That's it. This is why you buy an
Greek Gambler
SUV
says he's
Lamborghini.
plus 350 today in the account, so he's
Fuck.
getting there. He's getting there.
Great, man. Dude, I'm cheering
Getting
for
there,
you.
big man. Take
Hopefully
pictures.
you will get, hopefully you will get there
Have
before
no identifying
Christmas.
features in the background of the picture, or somebody might come rob
Is
you.
it going to be, dude? If I were you, and if you get this before Christmas, I would buy a red one, just to say Santa gave me that shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
right,
I would
hitting
do
a
some
blue.
shit like that. And
No,
if you
he's
don't
going to do
like,
it
you
in
just
Polymarket. He needs to do a Polymarket
blue
ball
one,
around
maybe a blue
and say
one.
Polymarket bought me this.
I mean, you can nowadays you can buy
Card
cars
at
and you can just
Polymarket.
wrap. You can wrap with a blue thing or with a red thing for Christmas and then a blue thing. That's cool. Okay, Kyle the writer now. So Polymarket trader who publicly turned 150 into 300,000 now runs at. Okay, actually it's
No,
this
13,000,
is
not
where
300,000.
13,000. Yeah, he will get to 300. So Kyle was just highlighting Greek Gambler, and this is where I found this challenge here. It's pretty cool. I don't
When's
know.
Greek Gambler going to come on the show and tell us how to make money?
Greek Gambler, can you join the show next week? If you can, send us a message.
Come on, do a Christmas special. We'll talk about
teach
the
us
car.
something. Yeah, teach us something. I don't know. I don't need. I don't know. Maybe new AirPods. I can make a new AirPods. Maybe
There
if I
you
start
go.
with $200, I can get to 150, and I'm able to afford this.
You've already did that.
I did
You
that.
can do
I
it
did
again.
that.
I believe in you.
I
You can
know.
lose $50.
I know
man.
you believe
no
in
problem.
me.
You can do
Yeah. You're a good friend. Okay, this is from Car on Polymarket. So a random account who has previously won $100,000 on a Gemini market just won over 1 million on every single Google search market. But this is an
What?
insight.
That's
So
a
senior
fucking.
dev-
That's somebody's got access to the database.
Senior dev doubling his salary. You can make this up. And of course, I didn't know who was Bianca Sensori. I searched that and I spent like 30 minutes looking at her pictures because she's gorgeous.
I don't know who it is.
check.
Sorry.
No, don't do this again because we're going to lose you during the show. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
she's married with rapper Kane, I think. Anyway,
with
she's really
a
hot.
rapper king.
Yeah, a rapper, a guy, Ken.
Oh, a rapper.
I don't know.
Oh, right.
I
I thought you said he was a rapper king, and I was like, what the fuck is a rapper king?
A rapper, a singer, musician. Yeah. Anyway,
Musician.
He's a famous guy. I just don't know how to pronounce his name.
It wasn't the rapper part that got me confused. It was the combination of rapper and king together, and I was like,
anyway, this person here, this user, and this is the account of the user account here. Okay, he's a
The
raccoon.
fuck?
He's a raccoon, dude. It's making cash here. This guy is going to have a pretty cool Christmas party. I hope,
Yeah.
because if you're making this money and you are not sharing that with your friends and family and buy shit for people and just giving money to charity or shit, I don't know what's the point. But anyway,
You
it
don't know
seems
how
that
much
is a
debt that
person.
motherfucker's in. They could be in huge. I mean,
It
it's
could
been
be in
a really
debt.
hard
It could
crypto
be,
season.
yeah.
A lot of people have been wiped out.
It could be just revenge trading. It could be.
It could be that.
It could be a motivation. I don't know. Maybe he lost everything to FTX last cycle or the
Yeah,
start of this
like,
cycle, and now he's just trying to make bank again. But anyway, it's clearly someone with information that most people don't have. Because fuck, that's it.
I reckon we're going to see quite a bit of regulation around us in the coming years.
We will, Nick, and I know you guys.
I don't see how. Like
I don't
when
see how
they're all
we
starting
can
to do
keep
KYC
this.
and stuff like that, the regulatory bodies are going to be saying hand over who they are. That's what's going to happen. Is like we need to investigate how that happened and what information they had and if they broke the law, because that's what the SEC already does, right?
Yes.
And they
yes.
investigate people like Elon Musk and Mark Cuban and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
Because arguably the way Elon speaks and talks about things, he could have been doing insider trading. You know what I mean? Try to dump the price on something.
Yeah.
He's a pumper dumper, is the old Elon.
He
right?
is. Yeah, he is.
So what's stopping him from doing it to characters like this?
Yes. I mean,
when everything's on chain, right?
The only thing the only thing that stops Elon is the fact that he doesn't need the money. But what would stop anyone with inside information on X, on SpaceX, or any other company? And this is the thing. Yeah. So it's really good. It's really good when we see people making a lot of money and you are making a lot of money. But tell me, if you're losing money for this guy, are you happy with this?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing. I know people are, oh, I hate the government, I hate regulators, I hate all this. It has to be free. Yeah, but it has to be free up to someone starts stealing your money, because, dude, that's taking the wrong advantage of any kind of information. Maybe not exactly this. Okay, this could be just a lucky person, but I mean, it can happen. It can happen to you.
Well,
so
the interesting thing is it's not like, now here's the difference. It's not like they're affecting the events, right? They're not affecting the events. They're just getting it right. So there's a difference between that, right? So it doesn't matter for the counterparty that loses,
yeah, but,
right?
But this is,
it doesn't matter. The event is going to happen
market,
that way anyway, and they had nothing to do with it. They couldn't have changed it.
But something is market manipulation, and the other is insider trading. Insider trading, if you have an extra information that gives you better chances or position yourself in a better place, it's different than manipulating the market to select this or that outcome. But in both ways, you have a better advantage compared to other people in a way that is not fair.
Yeah, but who gets injured in a situation where they don't control the event? Market manipulation, you control the event, but you're not injuring somebody by knowing the information before them. You're just making more money than other people. I don't, because you're not manipulating. I get market manipulation is something totally different, right? And arguably, like, we could be saying what's going on with Bitcoin right now is a little bit of market manipulation, but nobody's going to go to jail for that, right?
No, yeah.
And it is hurting people, right? Like the liquidation events that have happened over the past fucking 60 days has been just fucking crazy for some people. But if you have a piece of information before everybody else, and you know that's the outcome, and you didn't affect the outcome, and the outcome doesn't actually affect the other side by you knowing it, I don't see how that harms people.
That harms people because you just have an extra information that's not...
No, it doesn't harm anybody. Because it was going to happen that way anyway. You didn't affect it. You just made money from it. You couldn't have affected it.
I'm trying to process your point. Yeah. You're not.
If I'm sitting on a train, right? See, during COVID, right, we would have got this wrong in the end. I was on the train home from where I used to live, and it was Christmas time, and somebody was talking to me. Somebody from the government was talking to me about COVID and the numbers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if somebody tells me that, and I go on, and it was death rates, right? Actually, it probably did happen to that number now, but we were thinking it was much shorter term. But like, if that amount of people had died in 30 days, and we had a prediction market on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get told that information, but I didn't go around killing all those people. And that had literally no impact on it. I just got information before everybody else did because I met somebody on a train.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything except from find out something before everybody else and bet on it because somebody was leaky, right? Like it was a leaky ship.
I get your points. Tell it to the cops when they knock on your door.
But they won't. They won't do anything. They can't do anything because you did not control it. If you manipulated it, right? I could see that.
But if you
had no control over the outcome of the event, whether you get information before this person or the next person really doesn't matter.
But if you have, but the fact is, if you have access to information that it's not open to kind of anyone, or anyone could be access that information, just like the Nobel Prize. Remember the Nobel Prize thing? It was there. The information was there. Someone was just clever than anyone else to get access to the information. That's fair. The insider trading comes when you, because any special quality of your work, of your person, or whatever it is, you have access to information that no one else has. So it puts you in a better position. So you're taking kind of an advantage that it's not open to anyone else. That's the difference. I'm not saying
no, but I still don't think it's the same.
I'm not saying that I like it or not. I'm just saying that it is a financial crime, both manipulating the market and trading on insider information. I'm not saying that it should be like this, or I'm just saying it is what it is. And
I reckon it will go to court, and it will go to court under I couldn't affect the actual market. I just bet on it. Because in the end, it's not like
this is.
If you think about it, I'm going to labor this one. If it was the price of Bitcoin and you get insider information from the White House, right, and you had a lot of Bitcoin and you sold it or bought it, you affect that market by doing that, right? But if you're in a prediction market and you don't control the outcome by selling, like the outcome is because prediction markets are insulated from the actual events themselves. They've got almost nothing to do with them, right? If you can't affect, like, so if I get insider information that the White House is going to buy 100 million Bitcoin tomorrow, and I go into Polymarket and bet price up, and I bet fucking 10 million or something like that in there, that doesn't change the price of Bitcoin because I'm not buying or selling the asset of Bitcoin, right? But if I did it in the live market, if I bought or sold Bitcoin, I would affect the price, and then I would injure people. But prediction markets are not, they're meta markets for the other markets. They don't actually affect it.
So that's
potentially maybe.
But and that's the whole point of this meme here. So insider trading is bad, or is insider trading is the whole point? That's the question. That's the question.
I think it might be somewhere. It might be irritating if you can't get the inside information, but but one thing, if you're on the right side of that trade early on and it comes to fruition early because of an insider trader, at least you know you won before everybody else did, right? You're just like, oh, it went to 100. That's insider. Yes, I bought it at 51 and fucking smash it.
Just remember to take profits, guys. Remember to take profits. That's it.
Oh, I'm terrible at that.
You need to. So let's move forward, because now, this is really cool. We are going to get to the point where we will discuss this, and dude, this post made waves in the last few days. Couch is a gambling company by Dustin Gawker. Dude, this could be a book. This could be an essay.
Benjamin Freeman just followed us on Twitter. Shout out to Benji.
Yeah.
Sorry if I offended you by calling you Benji.
Before, and dude, he got back his PFP because he got a John Wang PFP. I mean, with opposite colors during it was Saturday night, or they were playing
Is it
something
with
there.
those two?
Yeah, but guys, before that, check this out. This is from Three Markets. They have this podcast, and they had Dustin here last week. Dude, it's a 2 hour show. It's kind of long, but it's really cool. And I think I finally understood a lot of his points here. For him, basically, I mean, he understands that generally it doesn't matter the name that you give, if it's betting, if it's gambling, if it's trader, you can treat kind of everything as gambling. That's the whole point.
Yeah, like
And
gambling
he's
on the
not.
price of something, gambling
Of
on a
course,
commodity.
yeah,
It's all
yeah, it
gambling.
makes it makes total sense. And a lot of
Yeah,
things that he
I don't
posts.
disagree.
No, me neither. Me neither. And a lot of things that he posts is actually he kind of actually like a troll sometimes, just to kind of to bring the conversation on, to bring some heat, because people start to just replicating thoughts and start to think about some stuff. I think that's the whole point.
I'm totally fine with him because he interrupts the bullshit narrative machine, right?
Yeah,
Because there's a
for sure.
narrative machine going on in prediction markets right now, all of which doesn't really matter. It only serves the people who are paying for the narrative, right? For to be this sort of way, and we see it with Kalshi, we see it with Bully Market, like particularly those guys because they are churning out lots of content using lots of influencers, and he's just like calling bullshit to it. He's like, in the end, just like every other market, it is gambling in the end. The front
Yeah,
end
it
is
is.
gambling anyway.
It
I
is.
think this is a conversation that I have with gamblers. Is the front end is gambling, but if it's built on crypto, the back end is crypto rails, so it can be a lot of different things and create new businesses out the back end that isn't gambling, but the information from the gambling gives you other things. Whereas right now, gambling on its own is just gambling. It has no fucking social or financial benefit, like general financial benefit, except from the person that wins or loses and the house.
That
There's
let me
there's no information or narrative that can come out of betting.
Yeah, let me just ask you to hold it for a little bit. Let me go through the content here because we have a lot of opinions on this one, and then we can dive further on this. So this actually it always started with this post here. Late stage capitalism is so awesome. I love having gambling companies and global news outlet corroborations and no healthcare. So
I
this is
love that one.
from Kate. Yeah, it's a hot take. It's
You're
interesting.
correct, Kate.
And then Benjamin said, okay, Cauchy is not a gambling company. Saying so is incorrect. I assume that people calling Cauchy gambling are uninformed rather than being defamatory. But Cauchy is not gaming. It's being decided in the courts. Yeah. And then Dustin, Cauchy is a gambling company. And other things there are betting gambling apps. Polymarket, Fanatic Markets, FanDuel, and DraftKings prediction market apps when they launch, etc. They may all be not gambling from a legal perspective, but they are all betting gambling apps. These two ideas are not mutually. I think this is the most important thing. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
from a legal point of view, you can say, okay, this and that, this is trading, this is options, this is a prediction
Yeah.
market. But in the end, everything you're making a bet on something that it is or is
it
not
right
out
to
of your
say that
control.
those terms only exist in order for regulators to be able to pick who they are regulating?
Yes, to differentiate
Right?
something from something else.
It's a
Yes.
legal thing rather than an actual human behavior because it is all betting in the end.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you need to carve up because the betting industry has other behaviors that isn't the same as financial markets and blah blah blah.
And
Which is
this
kind
is
of what I like prediction markets in the sense where it just has everything. Fuck it, like
yeah,
have your
yeah,
go.
and this is the point. I saw some people just saying, okay, so this phrase here is good. So I don't think of myself as a gambler. I'm taking a very well researched views on things. I feel like it's much more akin to investing. But I mean,
But if you know any really good gamblers, they do the exact
they
same
will do the
thing.
same. They will do the
What's going
same.
on with my
So
camera? My
when
camera falling
you, I don't know, when you want to change careers and you say, no, I'm taking a what is going on? You make me dizzy, bro.
It fell over. Don't know how. Don't know why. You just went and then it wouldn't go back unless I took it off.
We start talking about gambling and regulations and shit moves, bro. I mean, the world moves.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just like, okay, if I decide to change my career I will research, I will do some stuff, but in the end, I will take a bet on the future. I can say
Exactly.
anything to justify that shit, but anything that we do in life, it's kind of a bet in the future. And but
Farming,
I, it
growing your own
is.
food.
That's
Oh,
it. Growing food.
will these plants grow in my garden? Will these
Yes.
things create fruit? Will the slugs eat them first? I need to use this
Yeah.
chemical to kill the
Yeah.
slugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will using that chemical kill me or not? You know, it's like
There's a really
it's
high
all
probability that things are
speculative.
going to
I think
happen
actually,
in some way, but yeah, but
I think
it's
it's
out of
better
your
just to
control.
use the word speculate. Speculation
Speculate.
covers them all without
Mm-hmm.
offending anybody. Because if
Yeah,
people
makes
want to get
sense.
into the little tranches, all right, fair enough. But we're all speculating on something. We're all doing it
Yes,
all the time.
speculating.
It's what
Cool.
humans do. You
That's
must
great.
speculate to survive.
Speculate. That's it. Speculation. Okay, gambling companies only win. Okay, and then Benjamin, dude, Benjamin was really offended things about
He
this.
was on one.
Because he was on with this. So gambling companies only win when their customer lose. Use predatory tactics to retain users, micro-targeted notifications, promos, VIP programs, etc. So have no worldly benefit outside entertainment. Ban winning customers. Does this sound like Cauchy? It does
Yeah, no,
not.
that's
It does not. Of
that's a
course,
very legitimate point
it is.
because it's
It
a
is.
racket, right? It's a racket. If
Mm-hmm.
the mafia ran it, it was a racket, and the
Yeah.
mafia ran gambling in the US forever, ever.
Okay, more. So in the last 7 years, my co-founders and I probably spent more time. So this is from Gianni, crypto founder, builder, investor, and he's the builder of. Let's go to this here. GolfNap. GolfNap.
Is that on? That's that Solana app, I think.
Yeah, it's a
Solana.
Solana app. Yeah. So in the last 7 years, my co-founders and I probably spent more time on this question than anyone in the world, other than Shane Kaplan and Mansour Tarek, and you forgot to mention Luana here. So Kaushi and Polymarket are in gambling companies, are not gambling companies. They are not derivatives. They aren't even skill-based games. They are prediction. Yeah. Can you gamble in a prediction market? Of course you can. Whether you're gambling or not depends 100% on the participant. Trade futures with no hedge because you are a degenerate, you're gambling. You are doing it on a futures exchange, but you're still gambling. Play poker terribly, you're gambling. Poker itself is still a game of skill. In a casino, no amount of skill beats the house edge. Sometimes it does with the cards. So you don't do anything legally but gamble in a casino. Prediction markets are its own vertical. So it is, but I
So,
mean,
so if we
everything is a
start
speculation, as you
betting on
said.
casino games and who's going to win the poker tournament in a prediction market, is it
We
betting
have
our predictions?
we have a prediction on a gambling, on top of
Yeah.
a gambling,
It's
right?
speculation, guys. It's time to
Everything
pull our
comes to
pants up and be
speculation.
like, it's
Yeah,
speculation.
it's
You
it's
can't
different
get
forms to
around
do that, but
that
yeah,
at all. It's different forms of speculation, but it's all speculation. You, let's say you don't want to walk the long way home and you have to cross a motorway. You need to run really fast. You're speculating that you can beat the cars till you get to the intersection. It's
yeah,
all
yeah.
speculation.
It is a speculation,
Coffee
and of
seller, let's
course,
talk.
the
Oh, of course,
CoffeeZilla.
coffee's allowing me in there with this
Of
shit.
course, yeah.
Of course.
Then he said, Couch is a gambling company, but congrats on the loophole, I guess. It's not a loophole. It's a legal definition about an activity that, I mean,
Well, nobody's
although,
defined what prediction markets are yet.
yeah,
So
that's
it's just
it.
all is that once that's done, everybody will shut up, and it will
That's
get
it.
done because it suits the betting regulators, the financial markets, the government to call
That's it.
to make a framework for prediction markets.
That's
And
it.
the only thing is Polymarket is sitting with the New York Stock Exchange as its right hand, saying we want to call it this. We want these regulations. Polymarket's going to call what the regulation looks like.
Yeah.
Like Cauchy's going through fighting state by. They're both coming into it in the middle. Polymarket's like pushing from this way. Cauchy's coming the other way. It's great. They're going to. We're going to end up with something different, and it will be fucking regulated.
Yeah, it will be regulated. Of course, it will. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's on crypto rails or not. It doesn't matter. It will be regulated. This is why the New York the exchange owner put a $2 billion on this.
Yeah.
Of course, but these comments are great. You're not a gambler. You're a market predictor. Okay, this is from Heisenberg. It was a good comment, I thought. So Cauchy can be used for gambling, Polymarket can be used for gambling, Fidelity and Charles Schwab's can be used for gambling, at least sort of dated options or leverage, ETFs, etc. Flipping real estate can be used for gambling.
Yeah.
Buying Shohei Hotani rookie cards, I even researched what is this? This is a player. Can be used
Okay.
for gambling. It's a baseball cards.
Okay.
But no one says you have to do it. Murica, where we had the freedom to choose to or not. I mean, what he's saying is okay, everything goes under this umbrella of speculation, as you said, but depending on the skills and depending on what you are doing, in which platform you're doing, it can be trading, it can be gambling, and it can be prediction, and that's it, guys.
I think that, like the
we have
point that the guy
more.
made about prediction markets not having a house is the most important part.
I think so. Yeah.
Because the problem with gambling is the house.
Mhm.
Fundamentally, that's what the problem with gambling is. And that's what makes it unfair. So if we just do a protocol, gets paid a fee, and then you know that there's nothing funny going on in the background, you know there's nothing funny in the background because the protocol gets paid either way, what other direction it goes, you can trust that market a little bit more. Not to say that you don't trust betting companies, but you know, there's a lot of things that aren't clear that goes on. There's no transparency in gambling and betting, particularly sports betting and stuff like that, like from the companies, not necessarily from the players and the teams and stuff like that.
Yeah. And we have more. I thought this, so I try to avoid talking about sports and religion, but I thought this one was interesting, especially because of the comments. So Shane and Luana are both the youngest billionaires ever, but both have betting companies, aka prediction markets, Polymarket and Cauchy. In Christianity, gambling breached the first, second, eighth, and 10th commandment. Shout out to Moses, by the way. In Islam, it is a sin and haram. So devilish money dominating, unfortunately, and this is true because while we were building Groovy, a couple of devs, or at least one dev, he said, "Oh no, it's gambling. I don't."
No,
work
there
with
was a
this."
few devs that did that.
Right. That's it.
They were like, it's haram, so I can't do
Yeah.
this.
So they just said that, and I mean, we didn't bother to went through to try and explain. I mean,
No,
yeah,
that's their
I
point of view.
respect,
Fine,
yeah, for
whatever.
sure. And this is the comment. So well, believing in yourself is also low key gambling. So what's a god to a non-believer? So I don't want to get into the weeds of this, but it's a different point of view, and yeah, I think it makes sense. It will make sense for a lot of people. And he goes further with this. So we saw a lot of debate about Cauchy and Polymarket, especially from the team members of Cauchy, claiming that the companies they are representing are not gambling platforms, but just prediction markets. There is no difference at all in my personal view and opinion. And for some people, there will be no difference at all. No problem. Truth is, they are gambling platforms, LARPing as prediction markets because there's a loophole. Yeah, no, that's not exactly this. I mean, they are, everything is under making speculate. Everything is under speculation. Some stuff depending on how it is. So if there's a house, that's betting, that's gambling. If it's in a kind of a open market with no houses, okay, that's a prediction. Some other stuff like fantasy sports, there's a game. That's it. It's not kind of a loophole. It's a legal definition of different activities which are all under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
So anyone else is saying the opposite is just straight talk and bullshit. I totally disagree, but I respect different point of views. So, Koki, shout out to you, bro. What else? Okay. Any other comments about these?
No,
Cauchy or Polymarket?
I think it's like it'll work its way out, and it'll work its way out by prediction markets getting a deficit. That's what will happen.
Yes. So let's move forward for the last part of the show. It's really quick here, guys. Just a reminder that Cauchy Echo has a no badge policy for projects with tokens. Pump and dumps are not welcome in our ecosystem. And I thought this is really cool. So a lot of projects are being built on top of Polymarket and Cauchy, and they have so on Cauchy they have this policy here. So no badge, so no affiliation for projects with tokens. It seems that it's not a problem to build anything on top of Cauchy if you have a token, but they don't want to affiliate themselves with tokens. So at the same time, we've been talking about the potential airdrop for Poly Market. We might never see one for Cauchy.
Does that mean
So
Cauchy will never have a token?
I will bet, or
Because
I will bet no.
yeah. What would you
I've
bet?
been telling,
What would you bet?
I've been telling these people this, that I think we might never see Cauchy become a non-chain company, but a kind of a crypto-friendly company. You know, a lot of integrations with crypto, but never like something like exactly Polymarket.
Maybe they're just dual. Maybe they're dual, because this is another thing we haven't explored. Is like, for some people, crypto is the only way forward, and other people, it's like, you know, it's also a generational thing. You know, 10, 15 years, crypto will be native in every kid, right? So, but you still want the old school betters to be on your platform. So
Yeah,
pushing them
as
into
well.
crypto, it doesn't make any sense,
Not
because
necessarily.
they don't want it or are interested in it, whatever, you know?
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, this is from yesterday as well. No, actually, yeah, it's from yesterday. Cauchy prediction market surpasses 80 million cumulative transactions. So yeah, we started with a super cycle talk. I mean, I don't think it's a super cycle, but dude, interest is definitely
Well, he
here.
said a 10-year super cycle. I'll take that.
10 years. Yeah.
I'll take a 10-year super cycle. That's
makes
really
more
reasonable.
sense. Yes. Yeah. And as promised, I have these 45-minute video to share with you from Tulip Guy as well. Let me share it once again. Okay, basically he's saying how you can bootstrap your campaign if you want to become a politician. It's interesting using prediction.
Cool. Yeah.
And I buy like a $5,000. If I have a 0.5% chance of becoming the mayor, and I buy like a $5,000 position in that, my payout is $1 million. So I can buy 20 $5,000 positions, and then I can hire 20 people and say, you now own these shares in the market. And if we can get me elected, these will pay out $1 million. So I bootstrapped my campaign using $100,000 with potentially $20 million worth of payout. And think to yourself, I could probably make some progress politically with 20 real killers on my team, right? So actually the market is financing what's the value of making something unexpected happen right now.
So guys, don't be surprised if I try to run the elections next year, okay? I just need 20 really influential KOLs. And if I have less than 0.5% chances, you can make even more money. It's a good strategy, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a good strategy. It is peak capitalism. It's buy into my brand, which is leveraged over here. You give me $1 million each, and you'll make a return on that $1 million.
That's it. I mean, I thought it was really interesting.
How legal that is when it comes to like campaign funding and shit. I mean, America is pretty gross when it comes to campaign funding.
Let's see if I find here.
I don't know if that's legal.
There's even this.
Legal doesn't matter as long as it's interesting.
Yeah, legal doesn't matter. I mean, if it's not regulated. So, by the way, there's this project, Polyfunds, reinventing campaign fundraising with on-chain infrastructure, compliance, and transparency. Kind of people are already thinking about it. So
I think it's a good idea.
I don't think it's bad. Yeah. So shout out to Polyfunds. I know the guys who built this. That's it, guys. Yeah. I mean, I can run. Nick, we can run. You could be the mayor. I can be your vice mayor or something like that. Or we could be mayors of two close cities. We can run that shit and we could make prediction markets legal and all the builders can go there.
Turn it into like a huge sort of Vegas. I could come to like Brazil and we can just take over. Even though I don't speak a word of Portuguese, I'll be like, yo, listen, I'll do that. I'll just shout louder and be more animated so people understand.
Just talk about crypto and Bitcoin.
My name, piece of paper, box, put it in hole. Yeah, I give you money. Yeah, go buddy.
I know that. Don't play with that. I feel that, bro. The first time that I went to the US, people treat me like I was a kid because I was not able to use the words properly. I was so pissed with that shit. But yeah, it is what it is. You will be fine here. You're a white guy from I would say Europe, no, but from UK, everybody is going to love you
No,
here.
we're not in UK. We're not in Europe anymore.
Yeah.
Apparently, the politicians are trying to like get in the back door again. Like,
so let's create a prediction
we
market.
can't rely on America in this country. We've got to be with Europe because we're about to have a fucking war with Russia, and America's telling Russia, "Fuck you, Russia! Fuck you!" And we're like, "No, he can punch us from where we is, right? Like, I know you guys are a bit further away. Stop telling him he's a prick. He'll fucking kill us. Stop this."
They're yeah.
I'm gonna have to move
Dude.
to Brazil so I don't get fucking murdered.
I always tell people, come over Brazil. Just don't pump the prices of houses here, please, guys. Don't do that.
That happens when Londoners move to my city. They pump the prices because they've got infinite money. It would presume.
Fuck, I remember being in Barcelona and I saw signs on the walls, you know. So gringos, not gringos, tourists go away and this kind of shit because of Airbnb and people are. What the fuck?
I heard that's
bro?
going on in Mexico City as well. I heard
Really?
and there's a lot of that, like, kind of, because there's a lot of like people that go there and live. They bring
Lisbon
their Western incomes.
yeah.
They live there. They have very good quality lives. They have like
Yeah.
maids and staff and shit like that on what would be a regular income in the rest of Europe. You know, like you wouldn't be able to afford that shit.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, guys. Anyway, yeah. So this is what we have for today, guys. Don't worry, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, around 10 pieces of content for next show because I didn't want to fit here. We already passed almost 20 minutes of this show, Nick, today, but it was great to have you back. Thanks everyone for tuning in today, listening or watching us. Make sure to join us on Thursday. And that's it. Make sure to follow us at Groovy Market and to subscribe to the newsletter, the $1 Trade Show. Okay, guys.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
See you